What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Tommy Sotomayor stopped over at the Just Pearly Things, not the real podcast, like a live stream. And let me just say this. I know that me and Tommy have had some back and forth over the years, but I will not deny that Tommy Sotomayor drops facts. Okay? He drops a lot of facts, especially about what goes on with men. This is true. We're not going to talk about what it is that he does or if he's a hypocrite to certain things. We are all hypocrites to certain things, but it is something that is going on in the world today that Tommy Sotomayor is going to bring a big issue to. He's going to shed the light on it, and I'm pretty sure that a lot of you men have seen this. Play the clip.
Okay, I think women with low body count, I would love to conserve that. Don't want whores. Don't like them. I also think that expecting a man to be able to be a protector and a provider. There I go. Shit.
Yeah, see there.
Being a man to be a protector and a provider. I actually like that. Like I would like for my woman not to work if she doesn't want to. Now, if she wants to work, that's fine. But I do like the idea that she can spend time with the children and stuff like that. That's worth protecting. But I think it's outdated because these women now, if you let them sit at home, they're going to be screwing like the mailman and the pool guy. And now you see all these teachers. Why is nobody talking about the fact that there's a proliferation of teachers who are sleeping with the students and it's females, not the males? And yet the males are looked at as predators. Why is no one talking about that? That the true predators, females.
So guys, he is absolutely right. I draw your attention to this article here. 6 female students arrested for sexual misconduct with students in the United States. And you won't believe how many of these women were arrested in the span of how many days? It was 2 days. Okay. Let's look at them by name. Ellen Shell of Danville, charged with 3rd-degree rape, accused of having sexual, intercourse on 3 occasions with 2 16-year-old boys. Okay. This is a lady that worked at a teacher's aide at an elementary school. It was getting clapped up. All right. There is Emily Hannock from Oklahoma, right? Tipped off with their relationship with a student, 15-year-old. There is Kirstine Grant, an English teacher at a Catholic high school in Des Moines, who basically was getting her cheeks clapped by a teen student 5 times inside and outside her school. So y'all in the school getting clapped up. Inside the school getting clapped up. You have another lady who is a learning disabilities teacher. You can just imagine about what she's doing. A javelin coach nabbed up for her cheek clapping misconduct with a 17-year-old boy. Hannah Martin, they arrested her silly ass after they found out that this happened with a Northampton area high school track and field athlete. And the question is this: why do these things go unnoticed? And we need to bring credence to what the brother's talking about. Because as many of these students are young white men, maybe, here's what we do know. A lot of these young kids are black in the black community and they go through this every day and don't nobody want to say anything about it. We're going to keep it real. Okay. There are so many times I have seen, and I lived in the black community, right? We know that there were students that had their way with certain teachers. People knew about it. It wasn't a secret, so to speak. Folks knew. Folks understood what it was. Folks understood how it was. And, it's a shame that America, and especially Black America, y'all don't really care when it's these young men, all right? And let me tell you the consequence that y'all are overlooking at. When these young men, and this is not my own idea of myself, but Brother George was talking about it. When these young men are dealing with these young women and they get sexualized too early, they don't start looking at women in the way that they should, they sexualize them. Okay? So they start sexualizing these young women. And so what ends up happening is that, you know, when you're 14 and you've been 15 or 16 or 17 or 18 and you've been dealing with women much more your age, longer your age, you've been dealing with women much older than you, then what happens? Right? When you get women your age, you possibly won't even take them seriously because you're already for the streets. You might look at all ladies as objects. Okay? A man needs to also develop, like a young man's development. And I know we talk about how we can ruin young women, and I get that. What about young men? You want young men to grow up, to be leaders in their community, bring business to their community, work with the other men in their community, and help protect their future children and loved ones. That's what we want young men to do. But when young men don't take women seriously, or because they have trauma, they're not going to want to do that. Right? Because, yeah, that could also be traumatized for young men, too. The way that they may deal with women may be traumatizing for the women that they deal with because they haven't grown up. And it happens a lot. It's a lot of women out here that deal with young men. them, 15, 16-year-old, 17-year-old. And the reason why they do that is because they feel like they're not going to get caught. Because what man going to go tell the police? Most young men think that it's okay, it's cool. You know, their mamas don't think it's cool, but that happens. And then when the young man grows up and he can't take care of nobody and he's not, y'all gonna say something wrong with him. But they be doing it to these young boys too, some of them. We know it happens, but we don't have no sympathy for the young men in the country that are also being abused. It is also abuse because abuse only happens one way, as long as the woman is hurt. We get it. What about these young boys though? Then when something is wrong with them, y'all blame them. You hate your mom, you hate yourself, but you're not looking at his mental stability. You're not looking at his mental capacity. You're not looking at any of that. And you don't even care. That's the sad part, that people don't care. And a lot of men are going through so many problems in the nation, just worldwide. It's just not an American thing. I'm living here in Africa, and you know, it's a lot of things in Africa right now. And I understand why women are getting a break. Because, you know, it's a very male dominated, you know, space, and, you know, women can be a danger, you know, here on the continent. There's less protections for them. But when you talk about absolutely no protections for men, bro, oh, something's wrong with you. You have a demon in you or something like that. Maybe you're possessed. You have a witch doctor. You should go see, like, all kind of crazy things. This is a guy that's also been just abused like anybody else, been hurt like anybody else. He's also a person. And when we see damaged men doing certain things in society that we can't explain, and I don't want to mention some of the incidents that I've covered because I don't want anybody thinking that, oh, well, you're giving them out. I'm not. But you don't know what's happened to these men, okay? When we see somebody on the street, male or female, and they're acting crazy and they're acting weird, have you ever thought about what that person probably was before they got to that point? That person might have been a functional person in society, a person that paid taxes, a person that a law-abiding citizen. No, we don't look at it like that, do we? No, we don't. Because we're looking at where they're at now. But you never thought about they might have had some help in screwing up their own life, that maybe something happened to them and it wasn't always a man that helped them get that way? Certain things to think about, right? And until we actually start being honest about these things, you know, we're not going to grow as a society. We got to stop having these one-sided conversations. And as important as women are, and we understand they need to be protected more than men, but goddamn it, can we give men something? So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shady Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate you for all you do. Scare the bell. We're out.